Hi, I'm Kurt Vincent with the Bladen Journal. Welcome to the Saturday Show. This is a continuation of our series on volunteering in Bladen County, and my guest today is Kathy Page. She is with the Bladen Crisis Assistance and is the volunteer director of the local food pantry. Welcome, Kathy.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Appreciate you joining us. Before we talk about volunteering opportunities, tell us how long Bladen Crisis Assistance has been in the county and kind of what its mission statement is.
Bladen Crisis opened its doors in June of 2003. We went through a planning process with different members of the county agencies, and then we opened our doors with 3 people, 3 women, and that was the actual beginning. And shortly after that, we were able to get our financial assistance off the board. We got our thrift shop opened, and so we've been gung ho ever since.
That's great. How important, speaking of volunteers now, how important are volunteers to your organization?
We couldn't thrive without them. We do have a few paid employees. Our social worker is a paid employee. The manager of the thrift shop is a paid employee, and she has 2 part-time paid employees, but the rest of the people that are there are volunteers, which are greatly needed. We use the money that's made from the thrift shop in order to help us with financial assistance and to purchase food for the food pantry.
Okay. Now, you were talking beforehand and gave us an interesting statistic that really I don't think people could even imagine, but you've given away a lot of food.
We sure have. Through the work of all the volunteers at the food pantry, and let me tell you, I have a wonderful team. We work so well together. We have given out since June of 2003 over 400 tons of food. 400
tons?
To the citizens of Bladen County, yes.
That's a lot of food.
And I will tell you this, I don't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right.
We are so fortunate that Food Line is in partnership with Second Harvest Food Bank in Fayetteville. And so I am the representative from Second Harvest Food Bank in this area, and they are able to give us their leftover daily bread and desserts, and now they're able to give us their leftover meats from the meat department. And you can't imagine what it's like. The other day, there was one of the meats was filet mignon, and I waited to see who was going to get that bag with that filet mignon, because when you have people that maybe the only steak they might get is once in a blue moon, there might be cube steak on sale and they'll buy a small package, but to actually get a package of filet mignon and be able to fix that to eat, that's really a nice treat.
I think that number of how much food that you have given away in 8 years, I guess, is phenomenal. But I mean, I think that really puts an exclamation mark on the fact that there is a huge need in this county.
We don't realize how many people are in need. You know, and you can't tell by the clothes somebody wears or the car somebody drives. You don't know what tragedy just happened to them. And I can give you one example. When we first opened, before we had the social worker, we had a couple that came in and signed up for food, and I took the application. And we had to take a lot on you know, just word of mouth, truthfully what they were saying to us. And after a few months of them coming every month, and they were so well dressed, and they drove a Cadillac, and I thought maybe I need to check a little bit more into this. So then I pulled the woman to the side, because they always came in together, and I said, I just need to get a little more information. And come to find out, her husband had just retired, and he had Medicare, but no longer did they have health insurance. She was sick, and their medical bills, the medicine and everything she was getting was costing over $800 a month. And I watched that couple go. They didn't buy any new clothes. The car was gone, you know, and finally we lost her. So you just can't tell the need. It's there. We have seniors that are living on $500 a month and, you know, $45 in food stamps. And I can't imagine some of the hardships that people endure in this county.
Right, and on top of that, there are families with children who are having a tough time, especially with this economic distress now. Exactly.
We usually, our bags averaging total that we give out each month has been going up every month. We kind of, at one point, 480 was the average. And the last few months we've given out over 500 bags. So it is starting to put a toll on us as volunteers to be able to give out that much food at one time. We give food out on Thursday mornings from 9:30 to 12:30. And it can be taxing sometimes.
Right. Well, that gets us back to the volunteer area. What are some of the areas that volunteers can get involved with the organization?
Okay. Now with us in the food pantry, Thursday mornings are our big, the big time that we give out food. We have a team giving out food in the front of our facility on 208 Moorhead Street, and then in the back building we have a team that's bagging bags for the next week. So we're able to do double duty. We also have people that pick up bread and desserts from Food Line. We pick that up every day of the week. And we go to Second Harvest and purchase a lot of our food from Second Harvest, where we can get it for 19 cents a pound. That's a handling fee because the manufacturers donate that food. And we need people to help unload that when we get back. We went yesterday and we came back with over 3 tons of food. That's a lot when you have to think about getting it in the U-Haul and then getting back and getting it unloaded.
Right, that's true. Now, as busy as you've been on a weekly basis this year so far, it's about to get busier. You've got the holidays coming up, and I'm assuming that that's when you could use a lot more volunteers and a lot more donations.
We thrive off donations. We're very fortunate that we have some churches that donate to us on a regular basis, and we have youth groups and schools and different clubs that will do food drives, and you just don't realize how much difference that makes. One thing, when you do a food drive or when a church or an organization will take up food, then we'll get those really neat things like candy and odd things that when we're purchasing food to go in the bags, we're getting basic foods. So it's neat to be able to throw in those extra things, and it is greatly appreciated, either monetary donations or food.
Food items, right. Now, for those who might be interested in volunteering with your group, how can they contact you and offer their services?
Okay. The telephone number at our food pantry is 879-1032. The telephone number at the thrift shop, which is right downtown across from where the youth farmers market is going to be, it's 879-1033. Now, like I said, with the food pantry, we are certain times that we can have people in to volunteer. The thrift shop is open every day of the week, so that gives people a little more.
More opportunities.
Thank you. Yes, more opportunities to fit it into their schedule.
Right.
But both areas we can use help.
Okay, so anyone interested in either one, just give one of those phone numbers a call.
Yes, yes. And Ruth Hall is the manager of the thrift shop, and she would be glad to talk to anybody about volunteering.
Great. Okay. Well, Kathy, I appreciate you spending time with us, and good luck with all of this. And the holiday season is going to be busy, I'm sure, but we certainly urge everybody in Bladen County to participate, donate, and help out as much as you possibly can. Thank you for joining us on the Saturday show. You all have a good week.